What up? What up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let me get this That's a new feature right there. Let me see what that do. I want to see what that do right there. Either it's a new feature or something that I just didn't even I didn't even see. So I'll see what that do. 1 second there. Yes, sir. Ed, what up, Ed? What's the deal? Texas did go crazy yesterday. I wouldn't have seen that coming at all. I wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't. Let's go. Okay, they give me a little. Oh, okay. So I see what they do now. I just push tap in. Okay, so okay. All right. Okay, that's cool. Okay. All right. So yeah, man, my schedule's getting ready to change up tomorrow like a mug. Well, not Monday, so I don't know how this gonna work for me, but we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. It's gonna be crazy. Mm, mm, mm. These streams, I don't know. I don't know. Um, don't know. We'll see though. Yesterday, I touched on a good spot, a couple spots, uh, in the Discord and stuff like that. It was okay, but it is what it is. Framber sold out this morning. Oh man, on his pitching outs. I meant to go check that game out too, man. I did. Went to go check that out. Weather. Uh, hold on. Let me see what my guy talking about. Sure. Shout out to Larry. Oh man, yeah. So weather implications, man. Miami and Washington. Keep an eye out, man, because it says scattered showers and storms will be around near the game time. Yellow for now, but we'll update around 5 p.m. uh, Los Angeles Angels and Baltimore. I really need this one to go. I really need this one to go. Same situation as the game above. Since the ballparks are only 40 minutes from each other, we'll update around 5 p.m. Toronto and Philly, another one I need to go. Right? Models bring some rain in after the game starts, something to watch, and we'll update with the others. Colorado and at Atlanta. Scattered storms to the west of Atlanta may sneak in after the game starts. We'll update this around 5 p.m. So it's definitely early. So it is what it is. What got into Texas? My eyes popped when I saw the score. I know, right? They did get busy. Mackey, I don't know. Houston pitcher sold me out on, but but went crazy on the K's. Okay, so Mackey, I'm finna have to send you a DM real quick. Let me see something. Matter of fact, let me. I hope I do this shit right. Let's see. Mm, There you go, right there, Mackie. It's raining here in ATL. Yeah, I need to. You in ATL, boy? I think. Have you? Did you tell me that before? Hmm. Okay. Well, there you go, Mackie. I am looking for. I'm new to that, but I'm looking for my boy. His Discord name. I'm looking for Raymond Jr. 24. So if you see this, let me know. Raymond Jr. 24 or inbox me on X. Uh yeah, so one more thing I gotta do here. We're gonna get rolling. One more thing I gotta do. Refresh that. Tiff, what up? What up? What up, Tiff? All right, so um I don't I ain't gonna say I ain't got I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go over the whole slate today, right? I only looked at so I looked at a few games, okay? So a couple games that I feel like we can get some money off of, right? So it is what it is with that situation. Okay. Mackie in there getting busy already. All right. So a couple things that a couple games that so let's go to it, right. So I got to figure out a way to make these a little bit quicker, right? But I didn't go through the whole slate. There's gonna be days I'm gonna go through the whole slate and just drop whatever I drop, right? Yeah, Texas did kill the Twins, but let's go, right? So first game on the docket here we're gonna talk about is today we're gonna talk about a few. I went to some games where I think we're gonna be able to get some money at. Just plain and simple, right? High scoring where I'm gonna feel like there's gonna be traffic on the bases. Now it's two games that I looked at, and maybe it's one more we can go through, right? We could probably go through one. You guys get one together, or whatever case may be. Other than that, I'm gonna go back behind the scenes, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna finish getting busy trying to put some plays together, right? Trying to put some plays together. But we're gonna talk about a few spots, a couple spots, right? So we're gonna start off with the Toronto Blue Jays, right? We got an over under. We got an over under. Toronto Blue Jays. We got an over under 8 in this spot. Uh, Toronto Blue Jays. I took their team total last night at 3.5. Uh, it's a tough matchup, right? But I've been getting busy with Toronto as of late. So this is just what I'm saying. But this is a tough matchup with Suarez. But this is a I ain't gonna even say it's a heat check. It's a personal thing with me right now with these guys, right? I'm gonna try to keep on eating, right? So I've been eating with these guys, and I'm gonna see if I can keep it going. That's plain and simple. So let's go to Tampa Bay here. I mean, let's go to this game, which would be the Toronto. Okay, Philly versus Toronto. Um, and then you know it's a possibility that this game could probably go over. Gosman has been good though. You know what I'm saying? Can't take nothing from it, right? Ranger Suarez. Ranger Suarez in general here. It's gonna load up for me. Okay. In general here, he's given up two bombs. Probably pitched about what 5 games or something like that. He's pitched 6 games. No, let me don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. I'm sorry. He's given up more than 3 earned ones once. He got 3 games where he's given up a bagel, so he's been doing good. Uh, 6 of his last 7 games, he's won 6 innings or better. So, an out prop or something like that could be in play. But the thing about that I like is, okay, you're gonna give they're gonna give us he's gonna be out there, right? So we're gonna have a chance to get to him. So I do like that, right? I did take the team total over for at 3.5 on ESPN bet at -115. So I took that. I expect uh, I expect I expect these boys to score 2.5, 3.5 runs. If they don't, you don't. It's not a play that I'm super high on, but I'm heat checking this motherfucker. So that's where I'm at with that. Um, so looking at Toronto bats here versus Ranger Suarez. We can go to Ranger Suarez here and see what he's throwing. I don't know if I ran a heat check on what he's really throwing last night, but I looked at it. But let's go with the righties here and 9 extra base hits, 2 home runs, looking pretty good. Versus looking pretty good. Not pitches I really want to single out, so I just let him roll like I did. So far, he's throwing 5 pitches above 10%, 10% or better. So 5 pitches are gonna show up in the pitch mix there. Click his name here, and I'm gonna just roll with the punches. Right, we're gonna look at the right hand batters. Click the pitch mix and things like that, and we're gonna run them through the ringer. Right. So there's a few pitchers that I made exceptions. I didn't make exceptions. I wanted to make exceptions for that this team was going against, but they still prevailed. Another thing I do want to take a look at is ball a team totals first 5. I did not look at that. So see what type of let me plug up my computer. Let me see what type of love I can get here, right? So so let me just go to first and foremost. Let me go to okay. So first 5 innings. Hmm. Toronto Blue Jays the favorite in the first 5. No, Philly is. Sorry. Both teams to score 1 run. You can get it at a -180 for a parlay piece. Both teams to score 1 run in the first 5 innings. That's an interesting play. Um, Phillies team total first 5 1.5. Toronto Blue Jays team total first 5 innings. Team total is 1.5, right? At a -135. Okay. They're 1.5 at a -1.5 at a -135. Okay. So it's another look that you can probably want to that you might want to take a stab at. Looking at these bats, running them through the ringer, right? One thing we know and what we like is when we're getting a pitcher that's gonna go six innings plus, like Suarez, we want to see if we can wear him down, right? So right off the back, we got some guys that can walk. We got some guys that don't strike out, right? So that's what I like. I do like that. This is a lefty, so we don't see that many lefties. You know what I'm saying? But when they have seen lefties, they gotten busy. So Vladdy looks pretty good here over the course of the season. He's batting 341, 6 extra base hits, 3 bombs, right? Uh, Tyler Heineman, he's came on the road here. They will be on the road, right? Good weather game, I believe. So that's that. Clement, I got him on the list. He's batting 560 on the road on the course of the season versus this pitch mix. 7 extra base hits, 7% strikeout rate, 2 bombs. Fly ball is down, but it is what it is. Boba over the course of the season, some of his power numbers are there. Kirk, uh, small sample size, 462, so on and so forth. Vladdy's still batting 300. It's probably time for Vladdy to, warm back up, right? He probably is. I haven't checked. Last month, uh, Ernie Clement batting 500 versus this pitch mix. Last month versus the lefty, he hasn't struck out in 20 at bats. Boba last month batting 300, so on and so forth. Vladdy 5 for 15. Y'all already see what the deal is with that. On the road here, Clement 5 or 6 on the road. So whatever, right? But as of late, Clement has been balling. You know what I'm saying? So he's somebody that we definitely gonna be taking a look at. Most of these guys did some decent damage, as you can see, over the last 2 weeks, over the last 1 week, over the last 2 weeks. 4 for 9 for Vladdy, 5 for 10 for Bichette, 5 for 12, and then 8 for 14 for Clement with 3 bombs in the last 2 weeks and no striking out. None of these guys not worried about what they strikeout. So last 7 days for these guys versus pitch mix, it is what it is. You got to take pitching into consideration, right? Suarez has been lights out. I wouldn't be surprised if if Toronto don't get their team total, but I bet it last night at a -115 on ESPN bet. So that's what I did, right? Could it be a struggle? Yeah. Have I been hitting this with them? Yeah, I've been hitting this with them. So, that's where I'm at with that situation. Long story short, I'm gonna keep rolling with Toronto here, at least with the team total. And then the first five -1.5. First five run line. Team total at 1.5 is enticing to me as well. Uh, if they can get some base runners and a bomb, that'll cash. That'll cash. A bloop and a blast, that'll cash. 1.5 first five. So it is what it is. A pitcher mistake that can cash it as well. So I'm pretty much, and worst thing is I could take an L. Um, on the flip side, Gosman has been okay. You know what I'm saying? Gosman has been okay. Uh, when I'm looking at the bats, when I was looking at the bats here, um, there was a few bats that looked good to me in spots like Alabone. I have to go through it, man. Didn't want to, but I'm gonna go through it. We got it to over under of 8, right? If you could find a way, you might, if you like Toronto to get their 3.5, you might like them to get over. You might like this game to get over, right? Uh, let's see. So to righties, evidence base has 3 home runs. He's doing that change of sickers. Curveball, nothing spectacular to righties, and then to lefties. He's got 6 bombs to lefties. Suarez, Gosman. Gosman's throwing that fastball 53% of the time to lefties. And then that splitter, he's got 5 bombs and 7 extra base hits to lefties. Let's go there. So the lefties here, left hand hitters, on the road. As you can see up here, when you filter the worst split for him, well, that split, he's giving up 1 bomb to lefties. As Barrow is down hard hit, he's been okay, right? Except for his Capes and his walks and Sierra and stuff like that. He probably been getting hit hard. He probably been getting hit, but it is what it is. One of his vulnerable spots there. Lefties, bang, bang, bang. The fastball though. Taking a look at that fastball here. Kyle Schwarber batting 300 on that fastball. Uh, 6 extra base hits, 4 bombs. Nobody really alarming in the strikeout department outside of Marsh. Uh, Stott. Kepler's got 5 bombs on that fastball. So that's something you definitely want to take a look at there. I can flick a switch at home on that fastball. Max Kepler looks pretty good there for somebody who's throwing 2 pitches. Who's throwing 2 pitches. Um, and one of them, he's throwing 2 pitches in the fastball over 50%. You definitely want to look at Kepler and Schwarber when it comes to bombs. Uh, so that's the fastball there. I'll throw in the rest of his pitches, which he's throwing the fastball and the splitter. Uh, so the splitter, he's throwing that splitter 5 44% of the time. So 97% of the time he's throwing these two pitches there. So, if you're a fastball hitter, you want a lamp, right? You want a lamp. Gosman, I did not take a look there. Let me see what these guys done versus Gosman. Nick Castellanos has two bombs, 6 Ks, two walks. Kepler has a bomb, 3 Ks, one walk. Uh, Real Muto has a bomb, uh, 7 Ks, batting 158. Schwarber has three bombs, 7 Ks, batting 250. Uh, Trey Turner's batting, he's 9 for 26, so he's seen him, right? He's seen him. Um, mm. So I do know. Yeah, this game has decent weather here. So I don't know, man. Could we possibly get it over here? We hadn't looked at the righties, but I'm getting ready to show you the righties right now. So, um, but looking at these guys for this full pitch mix over the course of the last month here, um, Bryce Harper, he's not lined up. Max Kepler, power numbers out there. Um, Numbers at home last month. Max Kepler's batting 400 at home versus pitch mix the last month. Stott hadn't struck out. Schwarber, one bomb. Exit velo is up. Things of that nature, right? Last 2 weeks here. Um, at last 2 weeks, Brandon Marsh 5 for 11 versus pitch mix. Probably wouldn't be looking up for no bomb or nothing like that, but it is what it is with that situation. And then the last 7 days, what have you done for me lately? Uh, Probably smaller sample size, right? Brandon Marsh 4 for 6. So, uh, different parts of the season, different guys were erupting. Looked at the BVP. Not that I hang my hat on that, nothing like that, but just seeing what these guys can do. Flip it over here to the righties here, where Gosman. Um, let's see. Gosman is throwing. I think he's throwing a decent amount of pitches to the righties, which is oh, so he's throwing the fastball 58% to the righties, followed by the splitter at 32%. So another lopsided pitching pitch mix here, right? So we got to take a look at that fastball individually at 58% to see, who's doing what, right? Who can line that motherfucker up? You know what I'm saying? So uh Alec Bohm, he's 21 for 59. He likes the fastball. Real Mutual 18 for 38. And then Nick Castellanos 15 for 39. And there's a lot of green going on in here, right? It's a lot of green going on in here. So at the end of the day, that's over the course of the full season. Versus that fastball, where he's throwing that fastball 58% of the time. I can go back here and see what they've done versus it over the season at home. Uh, so Castellanos almost 500, 476, 10 for 21. Real Muto 10 for 21. Turner in the green. Bone batting 300. Everybody's batting 300 versus this fastball at home. So uh, I don't have to go back and just look at the last weeks and nothing like that versus the fastball. Who doesn't like a good fastball, right? So I'll bring it back out and then I'll add the other pitch. I could add it individually. You can add it individually, or you could put them back together, right? So at the end of the day, here I was having trouble trying to pick out one of these Bones, one of these Turners, one of these Cassianos, one of these Real Mutos. You know what I'm saying? So they were definitely green over the course of the season. So bringing it on in over the course of the last few weeks and a month, things of that nature. Uh, Bohm has been 9 for 24, 6 for 12 for Castellano, 6 for 11 for Real Muto. Um, Trey Turner does have two bombs within the last month versus pitch mix. He's the only one that has a higher fly ball versus the fast versus this pitch mix here because he's hitting two bombs in the last few weeks with a couple extra base hits in the last month. But the last 2 weeks there, these guys have been hitting okay, ish, right? Trey Turner, 4 for the last 2 weeks is where he's hitting his two bombs. He hadn't struck out. So these guys throughout the season, they had nice phases. Uh, I still, I still can't look at these guys for. I still don't feel like I want to just bet a bomb on these guys or nothing like that. It ain't like I'm the best home run better or nothing like that, but I do like to bet, hits, runs, and RBIs, things like that, and traffic on the bases and stuff like that. So, if this excites you and stuff like that, game day, looking at things this way can help you with other things outside of home runs, getting hits, team totals, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, overs, right? Because like I said, we got an over under 8 in the spot. Um, you know, and they can very well go out here and both of these guys, Gosman and Suarez, can go very well go out here and pitch a gym, right? So just something to think about, right? I'll tell you what. If Harper was in the lineup, I probably would take the over here. I probably would take the over here. But sometimes all that green don't it still don't move me, right? It still don't. Sometimes it don't, sometimes it does. I took the team total over for Toronto Blue Jays on the road, 3.5. Next game we're gonna look at here was gonna be the Los Angeles Angels and the Baltimore Orioles, right? So um Conowitz on the mound and Morton on the mound, right? So, boy, oh boy, I took the over in this game last night. As far as the team totals, I wanted to take I wanted to take the team totals individually over, right? I wanted to take the Angels team total over, and I wanted to take the Baltimore Orioles team total over, right? So, one thing I will say here about these Angels is there was about last week, the beginning of last week, or maybe the end of the week before that. I was talking about how the Angels were uh, hitting the ball on the road really good, right? So, looking at the WRC Plus and things like that. The Angels on the road here. So first and foremost, they do have a 25% K rate. Over the course of the season, they got a 102 WRC Plus. So that's uh, you know, but the last what month here, uh, shucks, Angels, their their WRC plus, they second in the league on the road versus right hand pitching on WRC plus, right? So I know it probably was. I had to go back and look and see what games it was, but they have been getting busy on the road, right? And at home, they was coming back like they was coming. So in at home, they've been hitting better at home as of late. I could filter it to home last 30 days. Los Angeles Angels, 77 WRC plus. You see what I'm saying? But on the road, they was almost double that, right? So they haven't been on the road in like two series. So now they back. I mean, at yeah, on now. So now they back on the road. So what are they gonna do tonight, right? So let's take a look. Right now, I'm coming on here right now to talk about some games that's supposed to have some fireworks in that motherfucker right now. Right? I ain't, and then I'm gonna bounce off. I gotta go. You know, but where we can stack some shit up, some traffic on the bases, stuff like that. And I'll on the back end, I'll be looking at shit on the back end. Now, same situation as the game above, since the ballparks are only 40 minutes from each other, we'll update around 4 5 p.m. So Washington scattered storms will be around the area near game time. Yellow for now, but we'll update. So gotta watch the weather implications for this Washington game and this Baltimore game, Toronto game, whatever. Um, so since we talked about that, let's look at Charlie Morton, right? Now, Charlie Morton, the thing about Charlie Morton is how long is he gonna go? Right? 6.5 ERA. How long is he gonna go? Right? Uh Looking at the game logs here, um, he's only pitched well, he got to start getting his ass lit up out the door versus the athletics. He's giving up 10 bombs. But how long is he gonna go? So he went two of his last three games, he went 6 innings. Prior to that, he went four, give up one earned run, three, two, four, one, two. I don't know what's going on here. I don't, right? Uh, some of these games right here, I don't know if he didn't give up a lot of earned runs like right here versus St. Louis. Probably ran the pitch count up on him, but he did go six. He went four versus Washington, uh, three versus Minnesota, and then two versus Atlanta, the Angels. So I don't know what's really. I can't really put a read on it right now, but I do know two of his last three games he went 6 innings or better. That's encouraging for when we getting ready to stack against his ass. And then looking at some of his splits, he has given up 5 home runs to each one. He's got a 300 batting average versus righties. He's pitching his worst versus righties. At home versus righties, he's given up one bomb to righties. Uh, I'm sorry. At home versus righties, he's given up four bombs to righties. There, he's got a 348 batting average with a 224 batting average to lefties. Um, so at home versus righties here, when you filter that at home versus righties, you're gonna get the same similar things here. Four bombs, home run per nine in the red, batting average in the red, so on and so forth, right? So we'll filter this to Los Angeles Angels here, and then we'll slide and take a look at what he's throwing to these guys really, really quick here to righties here. Um, then we'll be able to gauge how we want to do things. So Charlie Boyd is throwing a curveball, sinker, and fastball. Nothing I really want to single out, right? So run it back here and take a look there and just throw up the whole boom, right? So bam. All right, so looking at these righties in here, and so right now this is just in general. Um, 275 batting average, things like that. 19 extra base hits for Taylor Ward, 11 bombs, right? Can run a quick check here and add Charlie Morton in real quick. Charlie Morton's been around for a long time, so he's seen a lot of people, right? Rengifo's got a bomb. Um, Solaire's got a bomb. Trout's got a bomb. So it is what it is. That situation, uh, three strikeouts for Zach Nato. Logan O'Hoppe, don't know if he's going to be in the lineup or not. But it is what it is with that situation. He has not seen. He has not seen Taylor Ward, right? So Taylor Ward versus this pitch mix. Batting 275, 19 extra base hits, 11 bombs, barrel rate, and all this stuff. Of course, this is over the course of the season. Over the course of the season on the road, um, a lot of these guys are probably going to get a little bit more tighter. Rotation going to be tighter and a little greener, right? 12 extra base hits, 8 bombs come on the road. That's a lot of his production. Taylor Woods come on the road. 6 bombs for Trout, 6 extra base hits on the road. It is Zach Neto. These guys look pretty good, right? Bringing it back into the last 30 days, last month, whatever. That's when they've been doing a lot of their damage on the road here. They damage in general. Uh, Taylor Ward look like he been doing it all, right? So that's it's good. Just flipping through the portions of the season just to see how sustainable things are is going to help you out with this because you're going to get a mental note of saying, okay, this guy been doing this all season long. You'll be able to try to make an educated guess if somebody's been doing things good all season long and get cold in the last 2 weeks, but still it makes you feel like you can have the confidence to say, hey, well, he could probably still keep it going, right? So, putting all that together with the pitcher, you know what I'm saying, and his weaknesses and stuff like that, you'll figure it out. Taylor Wood, Zach Neto, Zach Jordale, been hot with the bombs as of late. So, everything looks good. When I flick the way switch here, um, these guys jumping up in the fours and the fives in the last month. So that's when they've been really, really, really hot in the last month on the road. Now remember, the last two series I think has been at home for them. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But last month, it is what it is with that situation, and uh, yeah. So um, last 2 weeks, Joy Dale's got those 4 bombs in the last 2 weeks. He's cooking. He's boiling, right? So a lot of these guys look really, really, really good, right? Last 7 days, whatever the case may be, however you want to look at it, right? So it is what it is. So it's a lot of bats here. I can't talk you off any of them, truth be told. But there's other ways to skin a cat. You get confused and stuff like that, but runs gonna get put up. You can bet, go on other books and say, hey, I'll take the over 2.5 home runs in this game. Or they got bets like that. Or I like the team total over in this game, such and such, right? Uh, just a lot of ways that you can skin a cat, man. A lot. So that's those guys there. The righties, right? I like a lot of them. It's hard to decipher. You guys got a favorite one? Drop it in the comments. I would more than happy to listen to it. Um, the lefties, right? So there's only one lefty that I was looking at here. It's probably gonna pop up. It's probably gonna be let's see. I think it was Nolan Chanel, and that's just it added fuel to the fire, right? Looking at Charlie Morton's pitch mix here, um, Nolan Chanel, as of late, has been looking pretty good, right? So let me see these lefties here on the road here. Let's see, bang on the road. Okay, whatever. But lately though, uh, Nolan Chanel's 13 for 31. 9% K rate, Rengifo 9% K rate. That's definitely what you want to see, right? Uh, last 2 weeks here, Rengifo Chanul 8 for 20, 3 extra base hits, 7% K rate. So definitely be looking to see. Definitely looking to see if he's in the lineup. If he's in the lineup, because he can be in the lineup to help shake things up, right? On the flip side, um, you know, you got Kakanowicz on the mound, and you can look at some of his numbers here in general. He's got a 4.92 Sierra. Ks are down, walks are up, average is up in general. 11 bombs, hard hit percentage is up. You get the drift. Exit velo high. Um, well, I was looking at him both ways, man. So he's giving up 11 bombs, right? Not today, so, righties, right? So I really want to go through these righties so we can kind of figure out who's going to be, how we're going to target things and what you need to be looking for. So looking at the projected lineup here, um, Laureano's down here. Westberg's right there. Rushman will be on the left if he's in the lineup. But these guys you can take a look at, right? So, yeah. And Laureano is one guy that definitely stands out throughout the flick. But switching it over here, check and see what he's throwing to these righties here. You're going to get Kokonowicz to righties. He's throwing that sinker 59% of the time. Okay. So we got to look at that. All right. So we got to look at that and single that one out. So I'm just, trying to give you guys a look at how I do things and stuff like that. You know, I mean, so go to Baltimore Bats. Um, okay. Um, look, these guys like this sinker. It's a lot of people like sinkers in the league. Now, O'Neal, no, Westberg, 6 for 19. Loriano, 9 for 22. Um, Mountcastle, 8 for 25. And Urias is 13 for 31. Um, none of these guys are striking out, right? None of these guys are striking out versus this pitch mix. I mean, versus this sinker, right? A sinker that he's throwing over 50% of the time. So pay attention to what righties is going to be in that lineup. I could bring it in the last month or whatever case may be. Um, Loriano, 7 for 13, batting 500 with a bomb. Urias, I'll definitely be looking at those two guys if they're in the lineup. Yeah, sure. As much as Loriano strike out, he loves the sinker. He's not striking out on that shit as of for what on paper, right? Last 2 weeks, 4 for 6 for Loriano, 4 for 7 for Urias. Both of them got a bomb. Neither one of them striking out. They swinging at it like it is what it is, right? That's just the that's just the that's just the sinker. Now I throw the other pitches in there. He throws those other pitches a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? So just looking at the totality of things here, Lariano's got 5 bombs off this pitch mix here. Looking at home, they will be at home. Loriano has got 3 bombs off this pitch mix at home with a 375 batting average. Urias 2 bombs with a 349 batting average. Urias K percentage is down. That's over the course of the season. Last month, sending them through the ringer, right? Last month, Loriano 10 for 22, 2 bombs, 38% live drive. His fly ball could be higher in the K's, down just a little bit. And Uriah still batting 294. Mountcastle entered the chat, batting 200, 300. At home, the last month, they looked a little bit better. Mountcastle 7 for 17, 3 extra base hits. Urias not striking out, batting 300. Loriano strikeouts look pretty good at home at 400, and he's batting 400. Westberg entered the chat with 2 bombs. Take the home filter back, and then we run it back the last 2 weeks. See if how things have been, if things have been sustainable, and Lorianto continues right, and then Urias, his K percentage is still down, 250 batting average, not too shabby. Last 7 days, what have you done for me lately? These guys have still been hitting. So those are just the righties. I haven't even got to your favorite lefties yet, so that's where I'll be heading to right now. Um, looking at the lefties here, um, in general, Kakanowicz gave up 10 bombs. This should be the icing on the cake. Kakanowicz gave up 10 bombs right there, right? Sierra is down. I mean, Sierra, he would be on the road, right? Kakanowicz would be on the road. 10 bombs in general. 5 of those bombs come on the road. All that shit right there for both of them motherfuckers on the road, but all that shit right there looks bad. 18% K rate, everything all bad. Usher, everything all bad for Kakanowicz on the road versus left-hand hitters. So that's just about what you need to see. What is he throwing to lefties? We can single it out if he's throwing something pretty hefty. But he's throwing a curveball 42% of the time, and then the fastball 34%, which he's giving up 5 extra base hits on a fastball, 5 extra base hits on a curveball, 4 bombs on that fastball. What we can do is we can run those both together since that makes up 76% of the pitch mix. We can run those two together. What would that be? The fastball and the curveball. Yeah, to make things a little bit more quicker. If you were into running individual pitches, because I do run individual pitches a lot, but just getting on here trying to show you guys something. The fastball and the curveball over the course of the season versus this pitch mix, these lefties look pretty good. Plenty green there, right? 4 bombs for Cedric Mullins, 7 bombs for Ryan O'Hearn, 4 bombs for Jackson Holiday. It is what it is. At home over the course of the season versus these two top pitches, These guys are pretty green right there, right? Pretty green, right? Pretty green. Fly ball is up for Cedric Mullins there. Interesting. Capeson is down for Alley, whatever. His average ain't up there yet. Though Ryan O'Hearn's been smashing. Bringing it back in here to the last month here. Still green. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people still green in a lot of instances, right? At home, Holiday, 21 barrel percentage over the last month at home. Uh, Carlson has been popping out, you know, whatever, right? Gunner's gonna be Gunner. He's third. That's at home, but in general, you know, you don't have to hang your hat on home road splits. You know what I'm saying? I just take glances at them, right? Gunnar Henderson in general, last 2 weeks, 6 for 14, two extra base hits with a bomb. So you know, however you want to look at things, right? Uh, it's a lot of green, enough green in here for me to feel like, hey, I want to take the under, and then it's a lot of that's for Andrew Vaughn after he said he was trash. Um, he demanded that trade too. Yeah, he demanded that trade. He demanded that trade, so he got traded. All right. So, looking at both teams, you got these teams, any team can get hot and just end up hitting the over on their own. I'm undecided. I took the over here. I'm undecided on how I want. If I wanted to take a team total over, I probably want to take team over for both teams. Team total over for both teams, right? Looking at the team totals here, you're gonna get 4.5 for the Angels, and you're gonna get 5.5 for Baltimore, right? I damn near wanted to take both of them. You can also, um, look at things like both teams to score 4 runs. That's a plus 100. Plus 200 for both teams to score 5 runs. Shit like that. You don't want to do that, then uh you can where's the totals at? Oh, um team totals. Let me see, man. Game totals, right? Yeah. Alternate game totals. Right. So this, I don't know. This ain't. I mean, you get 11 at plus 120. You can get 11 and a half plus 140. Mm, they ain't going today. They ain't going today, right? But at the end of the day, I expected, gotta watch the weather though. Gotta watch the weather. Now, as far as favorite bats here, I don't know. I don't have one. I don't even think I got one. I just expect them to put up runs here. A good same game parlay atmosphere. If you ask me, I'm gonna expect traffic to be on the bases, and I'm gonna be betting a lot of hits, runs, and RBIs, man. Straight up. I ain't gonna lie. So it is what it is with that situation. Um, and then if you think those pitches are going to be lit up, you also don't forget about your pitching props, hit props, things like that. I want to see what their hits lines are at. Strikeouts. Pitcher hits allowed. Damn. 6.5 for Kokonowicz and 5.5 for Charlie Morton. Both of them at plus money. Mm. Both of them at plus money. Interesting. Hits. Charlie Morton hit this number twice. Kokonowicz hits. This shit at 6.5, ain't it? Yeah, Kakana was at 6.5. Kakana was probably finna. They probably finna. I don't know. They probably finna give him 6 hits. He's pitching his worst to lefties, and all them lefties. So, I mean, man, one, two, Mullins, Cowser, O'Hearn, Henderson, Rushman, Holiday. He about to see a plethora of lefties. You got Loriano in there waiting in the wins, man. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's crazy. So I guess mm, I like it, man. This game here can pop off. Uh Next game. Now this is the last one I'm gonna talk about, and then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just go ahead and chill. I don't know. Maybe we might do another one. Maybe we might do one, but we got an over under 9.5 in this San Diego Padres game here. We got Kolick and we got Nelson on the mound, right? So we got to run a check on these motherfuckers here. So Kolick here. So Kolick, he's got an ERA of 3, right? Now, he's given up 3 bombs that one game versus Seattle, but haven't given up any more. Okay. He's given up runs in 4 of his 7 games. 4 of his 7 games, he hasn't given up a run. He gave us 6 to Miami, 3 to Toronto, 5 to Seattle. On the road, he ain't gave up no runs on the road like that. Um, hmm. The home runs he did give up, they all came to lefties, right? They all came to lefties. Now, remember. One game he gave up home runs. One game. Milwaukee, San Francisco, Miami, Toronto, at Colorado, he went 9. How you do that? Uh, Pittsburgh, right? So Pittsburgh trash, especially at the time. Colorado ass. Toronto, no bombs, but they gave him 3 earned runs. Miami, 6 runs, 5 innings. San Francisco at San Francisco, blanked them. Milwaukee at Milwaukee, blanked him. Okay. Now he's at mm, now he's at I don't know the deal. All right, well, Arizona. Uh, uh, mm, mm, mm. To keep things in perspective here, when I target this team here, I'm probably just going to be targeting Arizona, and I can probably see myself getting to Machado because how he's been, you know, he's been killing it. But I'm probably going to be looking at Arizona here. I ain't even gonna lie, right? So, uh, taking a look at Kolick here, what is he throwing? I just looked at it on Savant. That's another way you could do it too. That was the original way we were doing it, but So Kolick here, um, lefties. He's giving up three bombs versus lefties. Two of those bombs came off that fastball. Then he's throwing a changeup, slider, cutter, sinker, da 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 da. Right? Do I want to single this fastball out? Not really. I ain't even gonna single that shit out, bro. Who doesn't love a fastball? So I'm gonna throw the whole boom up there, and we're gonna take a look at these lefties here, and because that's where we want to be at, right? So on wave versus lefties, walk percentage. Oh, I didn't see that. They've been walking, folks. I didn't see that. Okay, let me see something. Kolick. Mm, you can walk, folks. All right, so all right, no barrels. I, it's they probably gonna get at his ass probably. So versus pitch mix here. What I liked here was Corbin Carroll. I mean, I liked a lot here, right? So I'm gonna just go down the line. So Corbin Carroll, um, he's got 25 extra base hits and 11 bombs, right? Marte right behind him with 9 bombs. Uh, Marte 11% K rate. Uh, Corbin Carroll. Now we always say you got to stomach the strikeouts for Corbin Carroll, but as this pitch mix goes on, he he's looking good, not even striking out. So he's gonna have to be in that conversation today for the bombs, right? At home, 11 of those, two, 5 of his 11 home runs came at home, and then he's got a 16% K rate to this pitch mix at home. 12% K rate to this pitch mix for Marte at home over the course of the season. Then you got Josh Naylor looking good, Carroll, Thomas, Pavin Smith, Marte, whatever. Last month, in general, Marte's batting 400, 7 extra base hits, 6 bombs. Um, yeah, 13% K rate, 19% K rate, right around average for Corbin Carroll and Perdomo, 10% K rate. Thomas got 3 bombs in the last month. How about at home? How they look at home? Usual suspects, but Naylor, he'll be hitting that, sitting in that cleanup spot probably, and I'll definitely like him for hits, runs, and RBIs. I mean, depending on the number, but I have no choice, especially if he's in that cleanup spot. Last 2 weeks, Corbin Carroll. Last 2 weeks, batting 259, 2 bombs. Barrel was down a little bit, but his K percentage. That's what you want to see. You want to see Corbin Carroll's K percentage down like that. You definitely want to see that. Definitely. Okay. And at home, Corbin Carroll average has been down, but I ain't gonna look into too much of that small 2 week sample size. Josh Naylor lately, last 2 weeks at home, 8 for 19. So he's been cooking. If you want to go back and see who they played against, be my guest. So as of late, you know, Josh Naylor's cooking. That was at home. On the road is three. I mean, in general, is 300. In the last 7 days, in general here, Alec Thomas 6 for 13 in the last 7 days, 5 of 15 for Marte, and 5 of 16 for uh, uh, Naylor. So these guys over the course of the season, they all look consistent. They all look pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the lefties. Now, Kolick, he only gave up home runs in one game this year. That was three of them. All three of them came to lefties in that one game. Arizona is a small ballpark, man. I don't think I'm too scared of Kolick or none of that shit today, but we'll see what's gonna happen. The righties, uh, the righties, versus the pitch mix here. What is he throwing? Just in case I got to single anything out, he's throwing the fastball. No, he's throwing the sinker 46% of the time, followed by the slider. He hasn't given up shit on that, no extra base hits and no bombs on neither one of these pitches here, right? The sinker and the slider make up 70% of his pitches. I'll look at the sinker individually, 45% or more. I'm looking at that one pitch individually. So that sinker, um, the sinker here, Suarez, Uriel, uh, Marino, man, Uriel ain't struck out on that sinker all season, right? From a righty, 0% K rate. Something to keep in mind, three extra base hits. At home, Uriel. So Uriel's trending right now. Last month on that sinker, how much of that damage he's been doing lately. Suarez lately, um, Uriel 462 lately. Not gonna go no farther than that on one pitch, right? Um, I'm gonna just throw the rest of them up there and then take a look here. So Suarez, is he throwing that fastball? Suarez probably got a lot of bombs off fastball. He's got 11, right, in total. I don't know how many come off that fastball, but he's probably got a lot of his fastballs. I mean, his bombs off that. Um, Uriel 12% K rate on his pitch mix at home. He is Uriel. Okay, 6% K rate versus pitch mix. How about lately, right? Uriel 15 for 45, 15% K rate. Gritchick, if he ever gets in the game, last 2 weeks, um, 7 for 14. Okay. Last 7 days, they probably been cooking though. I ain't gonna lie. All right. So, not okay. So, I definitely like the lefties a little bit more. Uriel, out of the righties, Uriel is probably one of the ones that strike out the least. So you could look at him and see if he's in the lineup. You know, Suarez, if he catches one, you know, it could be gone, right? So team total here. If you wanted to get to the team total, if you felt like, okay, Arizona, I think Arizona's going to put up runs here. You get a team total for Arizona at 4.5. I played it last night. Things can be. I played it. I played it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it's a play that I'm letting you know I played it. Um, I know how Kolick has been looking. I know how he's been looking on the road. Man, this is gonna be a road test. This is just me saying, hey, I think they're gonna hit him. I think they're gonna hit him, right? This is me saying I think they're gonna hit him. And if he's yeah, I think this should be his toughest task here. I mean, at Milwaukee, at San Francisco, at Miami. I mean, Miami, Toronto, Seattle, Colorado, and Pittsburgh. So, I mean, sometimes you got to try to gauge who he's pitched against. You know what I'm saying? Who has he seen? You know, he gave up 5 runs to Seattle, 4 to Toronto, and 6 to Miami. Now he's facing Arizona. Let me get 5 runs. Fuck you talking about? Hopefully, shit. So that's where I'm at with that situation, right? The Padres side of things, um, I think I had narrowed it down to, I mean, just Machado. That's what I've been rolling with. Machado. I'm not gonna I mean, I don't know, man. They need to show me a little bit more. I know they got busy in that Dodgers series, but they went cold for a while, man. And Machado, I mean, I can talk you off a hit or something like that for Machado, but that's what I'm gonna lean towards, man. Straight up, that's what I'm gonna lean towards. I ain't gonna lie, that's what I'm gonna lean towards. So, um, those are some of the games that I like traffic to be on the basis, right? I like traffic to be on the basis in some of those games, right? Um, that's all I was gonna do. But honorable mentions here. Let's run it back to one game that I did look at was Cincinnati and Detroit here. And on the Cincinnati side, uh I'm not sure if we're getting Kyler Montero. But if we are getting Kyler Montero, um, if we are getting Kyler Montero here, um, he's giving up. He's not that good versus lefties. Okay, 5 bombs, whatever. We in the red here. So, looking at the Cincinnati bats here, and there's a couple righties that I was looking at too. So, and then let me refresh this real quick. I gotta still see what the pitching situation is for so Kyler Montero is going to be the primary. So now they're going to have an opener. Now things is getting kind of iffy now. One thing I can say, so I don't know how long he's going to pitch, but one thing I can say is he's been pitching a solid five innings, right? So for Montero, they're gonna have somebody come on out, probably for an inning, and then he finish it off. Not finish it off, but come out and do what it do. So 5 innings, 4.2, 5.2. I feel like he's going to come out here and give you whatever. I think he should be slated to come out here for 5 innings. If he can last, that's on his ass, right? That's on him. But I think that's what he's going to be slated to come out here and do. But sometimes it's hard deciphering that. Sometimes these motherfuckers will not do what you think they're gonna do. But if you just want to see, I was looking at him because as if he's going to start the game, but now he's going to be he's going to have an opener, right? This guy's going to come out there and pitch 1 inning before him. So whatever the case may be with that. Ellie De La Cruz looked good. Uh, I was kind of undecided on how I wanted to look on how I was looking at it. Ellie De La Cruz got 8 bombs. 4 of his bombs come within the last month versus this pitch mix here versus Kyler Montero. Now Eddie De La Cruz, he's usually hidden in that 3 spot. So if they got an opener, then he's gonna at least miss the first round of he's not gonna see Kyler Montero that first time. So then he'll have 2 or 3 more times to see him. At least 2 more times to see him, right? So just looking at this, that's how it's gonna go. Looking at this pitch mix, that's how it's gonna go because he's getting ready to miss him, right? So I'm gonna just pump my brakes right here because but if you really wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, last month, 13 for 37, 18% K rate, 8 extra base hits, 4 home runs. He got 8 home runs in total on the season versus pitch mix. Sometimes Friedel look good, shit like that. Uh, on the other side here, last 2 weeks, 25, 29% barrel. So he's been barreling them up, right? He can get him. He can get him. Now you got to figure out if you want to bet him. You got to figure that out on your own, right? Because now they got an opener. Now that's the funny shit, but it is what it is. Last 7 days, Fraley and Friedel been doing a little something, but and then I was looking at Stevenson and for the righties, I was looking at Stevenson and Strand. Encarnacion Strand. And he one thing about him, one thing about Montero was he was throwing to righties. He was throwing I think it was that sinker a ton, man. So sinker, slider, four seamer. And I think he was throwing that sinker a ton. Because I was looking at that sinker. And Tyler Stevenson would just strike the fuck out, man. But man, he does like that sinker all the way throughout the season. He had been hurt, but last month he was batting 400 on that sinker with two bombs. Tyler Stevenson. When I throw in the full pitch mix there, um, he still batting 300 there. Still batting 300 there. And Strand was batting 455. But they still look good, but it seems like I can't fucking catch them. For some reason, I can't catch them, right? Can't catch these boys, but you know, it is what it is right there. Uh when I'm looking at the other side here, Martinez been okay, right? But they are at on the road. He's been okay on the road, I want to say. Yeah. Martinez been okay on the road. Two bombs, 344 average to lefties. So Kerry Carpenter looked okay at times, whatever the case may be. But I ain't even gonna lie. I liked let's see on the road versus righties. I liked his K percentage is down. I ain't gonna lie. I liked Torkelson. But I ain't finna try to reinvent the wheel or anything gets all slick and all that shit. But I did like Torkelson to righties. Um Six extra base hits on that sinker. Not a lot of pitches to single out. He does throw a lot of shit there though. But it was Torkelson as of late, right? That's what it was. So Torkelson, he's got 17 extra base hits on this and seven bombs, right? That ain't nothing for me to look over. That's not nothing for me to overlook. So that's over the course of the season. At home, he's batting 279. Five of those seven bombs come at home. 13 barrel, 41 fly ball. That's in general. Uh Last month, Dingler been looking good the last month. Torkelson, three bombs. The barrel still there, right? Fly ball is still up. Last last 2 weeks, Torkelson, 276. He's hit those two bombs in the last 2 weeks. His fly ball is still up there. Uh at home, Torkelson, balloons. He's 5 for 8 the last 2 weeks at home versus pitch mix with no Ks, right? So I was really looking at Torkelson here, but we'll see. Now I know with Torkelson, I know his favorite split is going to be against at lefties at home. I think Torkelson So that's probably pretty much where you really want to catch them at. Um, don't let me yeah at no on the road versus lefties, right? Torkelson, that's his favorite pitch mix on the road versus lefties. He's sporting a 265 WRC plus, but his next one is at home versus righties with the 159 WRC plus. So he'll be at home versus a righty here, and I couldn't talk you off Torkelson, so he's somebody that I had interest in, but I haven't, I probably should put him on my list. Uh, and that just about sums it up for me, right? I haven't looked at any other game. It's 10:30. I need to get things done. I need to start doing a few things, but I will be looking at things, man. I will be looking at things here. So Jackson, I asked Jackson to give me a top home run bets. They gave me O'Hearn, Soto, Raleigh, Buxton, Judge. I told them to give me their top bets. They gave me Cubs money line, Baltimore -1, Arizona money line, uh, Dodgers -1, parlay piece, Houston -1, one. So it is what it is. Um, I just showed you guys some of the bets I had to the side. Uh, let me see. I hadn't finished putting these bats up there, but Cruz is. I mean, if you do or you don't, you know what I'm saying. He's hitting the ball extremely hard. He will strike out, and that's what you need to know, right? And you need to figure it out from there, right? But looking at this here, from what I looked at here, tell you what happened, what I said, whatever. Like I said, Cruz. I forgot who I would take a stab at from the Cubs, but the Cubs have hit a few bombs off him. But yeah, Cruz. Hmm, Vladdy, Clement, Heeneman. I mean, you can look at these guys for hits, whatever case may be. I took the team total over, right? For Toronto, Philly. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at any outcome of this game, under, over, whatever, because it looked like both teams can score. I don't fucking know what's gonna happen, but I took the team total over for Toronto. I like Toronto bats. I ain't gonna lie, but you can't overlook the pitching. Suarez has been a dog. Love this game for traffic on the basis here. Run it up. Look at the weather implications here. Um, if you want to string some shit up, bet some hits, runs, and RBIs, this is where you want to do it at, man. This is where you want to do it at. I expect these games like I can't stress this enough, man. I can't stress this enough. Uh you looking at these guys, at these game logs and stuff like this, you see how these people score runs, right? People just I ain't gonna say. I mean, I like to bet home runs too, man, but that ain't the whole thing. That's not the whole thing, right? You see how teams string up runs. Look at the Rockies. 1 run, 2 hits. That's 3 ish runs on RBIs. That's two. That's five. No, that's six. That's one. That's three for Doyle. Moniak, he had a bomb. That's one. That's 5 hits, runs, and RBIs he had. Arsha had three. Ritter had three. And then when you look at San Francisco, two for Lee, one for Adames, three for Flores, three for Ramos, three for Mike Yaz. What? Three, six, eight for Smith. Uh, you know, uh, three for Porter. So at the end of the day, that's how runs get put on the board, right? So that's where I try to predict. You know what I'm saying? That's where I try to get in where I fit in at. But it's major key that when you got good lines like that or some decent lines, you got to straight bet them some, right? And our biggest problem is get a lot of our biggest problems are getting is getting greedy with that shit. But like I said, you look at RBIs for this game here. If this game pop off, every RBI on the board is plus money. Every one. And you can go to two, you can go to three, you can go to four, all of them, right? So that's why I like to break games down and try to visualize where I feel like it's gonna come, where the shit's coming from, right? If we get O'Hearn in this spot here, man, this is a good, an okay RBI spot. Sometimes you can get somebody like Henderson hot as fuck in front of O'Hearn, blocking O'Hearn from getting RBIs and stuff like that, right? So it's a lot of ways. Runs. You want to talk about runs? Traffic on the bases. Traffic on the bases. You want to talk about runs? People scoring, right? The best line you're gonna get here, the worst line you're gonna get here for one run is a minus 115. So you get two runs. That means motherfucker got to score twice, plus 500 or better, right? That's damn near better than home run. You just gotta figure it out. You gotta figure it out. Straight up, you gotta figure it out. And then we talked about the three games or the three places where we expect the most, hits, runs, and RBIs to come from. Two or three spots. I mean, we looked at uh, Arizona, where I expect Arizona to put up runs, me personally. Um, and then this Philly game, I mean this Angels game, and then this the Toronto side, and whatever else. I didn't look at a lot of other stuff, so you know, just trying to come on here, touch on some of the get money spots because I know a lot of people like bats and things of that nature. So those are the few of the games that I expect runs to get put up, right? So take what you like, leave what you don't. I'm about to be looking at some of the other stuff. I'll be dropping stuff. I'll be tweet something out, drop something in the Dub Club, drop something in the Discord. Peace out, man. Peace.